Imagine this. One moment you're scrolling through your phone, the next, you're waking up in a field, surrounded by people who look like they've stepped out of a history book. You've been thrown back in time. You have all your modern knowledge, but nothing else. No phone, no multi-tool, not even a shoelace. Your mission, should you choose to accept it, is to jumpstart civilization and drag humanity kicking and screaming into the modern era. Where do you even begin? What are the first 5 things you would make, from absolute scratch, to set humanity on the right path? First on my list is something so fundamental we barely even think about it: cordage or rope. Without it, you can't build a sturdy shelter, create effective tools, or even carry things efficiently. To make it, I'd start by gathering fibrous plant materials. Things like nettles, milkweed, or the inner bark of certain trees are perfect. I'd strip them down, soak them in water to make them pliable, and then begin the process of reverse wrapping. This involves twisting 2 bundles of fibers in one direction, and then twisting them together in the opposite direction. This simple technique creates a surprisingly strong and durable cord. With enough rope, the possibilities start to expand dramatically. I can now tie a sharp rock to a stick, fashion a basic bag, or lash together a rudimentary shelter. The second item is a direct consequence of the first: the stone axe. This isn't just a weapon. It's the primary tool for shaping the world. With a good axe, you can fell trees for lumber, carve wood for other tools, and defend yourself. To make one, I'd find a hard, fine-grained rock like flint or using another hard stone, a hammerstone. I would carefully chip away at the flint, a process called knapping, to create a sharp, tapered edge. This takes practice and a lot of patience. Once I have a decent axe head, I define a sturdy branch and use my newly made cordage to securely lash the head to the handle. This tool is a game changer, exponentially increasing my ability to harvest resources and build more complex structures. Third, I would focus on creating a reliable way to make fire. Fire is life. It provides warmth, cooks food to make it safer and more nutritious, wards off predators, and is essential for future technological advancements like pottery and metalworking. Since I don't have a lighter, I'd build a bow drill. This involves a few components I can make with my axe: a fireboard, a flat piece of soft wood, a spindle, a straight, hard stick, and a bow, a flexible branch strung with my cordage. By looping the bowstring around the spindle and pressing it into a notch on the fireboard, I can spin the spindle rapidly. The friction generates intense heat, creating an ember in the accumulated wood dust. I'd then transfer this glowing ember to a tinder bundle of dry grass and gently blow it into a flame. Mastering this is mastering survival. My fourth creation would be pottery. Storing food and water is a huge problem for early humans. Baskets leak and gourds break. Fired clay, however, is a revolutionary material. I would start by finding a good source of clay, usually near a riverbed. I'd need it to remove air bubbles and impurities, then shape it into a pot using the coil method, where you roll out long snakes of clay and stack them to form the walls. After letting it dry, the crucial step is firing. I'd build a basic kiln, essentially a pit in the ground, place my clay pots inside, and build a massive fire around them. Heating the clay to a high temperature chemically changes it, making it hard, waterproof, and durable. Now we can boil water to purify it, store grain away from pests, and cook stews, dramatically improving health and food security. Finally, the fifth and perhaps most transformative invention would be charcoal. This isn't just burnt wood. It's a refined fuel source that unlocks the next stage of technology, metallurgy. To make it, I would use a technique called pyrolysis, which is just a fancy way of saying heating wood without oxygen. I'd dig a pit, fill it with logs, and set them on fire. Once the fire is roaring, I'd cover the pit with dirt, leaving only a small vent. This starves the fire of oxygen, causing the wood to smolder and burn off water and other volatile compounds, leaving behind almost pure carbon. This charcoal burns much hotter and cleaner than regular wood. It's the essential fuel needed to reach the temperatures required to smelt metals like copper and tin, paving the way for the Bronze Age and every technological leap that follows. With these 5 things: cordage, a stone axe, the bow drill, pottery, and charcoal, the foundations for a new civilization are laid. The path to the modern world is still long, but the first crucial steps have been taken. It's time to prepare for the long journey ahead. Stay tuned for more